The undoing of the lazy man is that he takes principles for granted. He folds his hand when he should sow, and he says poverty overtakes him like an armed man. When you find failures, don't look too far. Check their lives. They are not regulated by principles. They wake up when they want, they sleep when they want, they eat when they want, they do what they want when they want. If you live the way you want, you will waste. Nobody who is making impact is living the way he wants. I'm talking to you now. Trust me, I want to sleep. I have been preaching back to back for weeks. Sometimes for days, I don't even have time to eat. You finish preaching, you are doing training with people from different time zones. But like Paul, necessity is laid upon you. They say, I beat my body, I bring it under subjection. People look at the flamboyant aspects of life, and you see them kneeling down, please give me grace. If it's that cheap, I tell people, if this thing is that cheap, family members of men of God will be the greatest people. Some will carry your bottle and go with it. They have Bible at home, they don't read. They will fight and touch your shoe. Are you not a joker? If it's about touching shoe, do you know the people who polish my shoe? I'm not saying, hear me please, I'm not saying there's no faith element when the Holy Ghost inspires you to carry out acts of faith. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I'm saying this lazy generation that think it's just by touching that you become great. We are joking. There are principles that makes for height in the kingdom. And listen to Bishop David Orokpo, and he said, they asked him, when do you rest? They were expecting him to say, when I'm tired. He said, when I'm finished. If you don't finish, you don't rest. When God rested, he was finished with all his works. So the time to rest is when you finish. If you want to rest, finish quick. 99% of failures have no principles. Because if you obey these laws and you don't rise, then God will be unfair. The only time you can obey principle and struggle is when there's a warfare. And there's also a way to deal with matters of warfare. Now, few principles that are made for rising. Number one, faithfulness. Luke 16, verse 10 and 12. The Bible said, if you are faithful in little, he said you will be faithful in much. He said if you are faithful in another man's business, you will have your own. And if you are not faithful in another man's business, he said who will give you yours? Somebody say he wants to be the next president of the country. He can't sweep the floor. Tell him sweep here. He will sweep it 3 times. It will still be dirty. If you can't take care of the floor, is it a country you can take care of? And then he's fasting and praying, Lord,